But I feel weirdly nervous today. And very tired today. Very excited, very so many things. So many mixes of emotions. I think I have everything in the right order. Wait, I'm gonna check my mic quick. Yeah. Frickin'. But I would have to do one more stream before reaching affiliate, but then on Tuesday morning when I woke up, I saw that I made it. And I was like, whoa! And then I kept on thinking about it the entire day. And then all that excitement from yesterday has died down. Well, I mean, still excited, but like, now I feel tired. But I'm also so excited because I get to play this other game. And I've been looking forward to it. Because, like, I've seen their other 2 games. And, like, I'm excited. Because it looks good. I like how the art style looks a lot. Very appealing to me. And I've heard good things of it because, like, I think, yeah, the game was already out. But, like, there's some reworks. So this version that's on Steam. And I think it got updated on itch.io. It's, like, has some slight adjustments, newer things. I think I heard slight more scenes shown from what I read on the creator's Twitter. And I'm very excited to play, but also very scared to play, and I'm like freaking I think I have it set, so like it's everything that needs to be, all the cautions there. Scares me a little bit, but also I'm very excited because I do like games like that. But I'm also scared because I'm weak to that. But let's just go into it. I think I have everything. Oh, and there's also the warning here. Wow. But yeah. Now make sure I have that there. Oh my gosh, wait, that's louder than I thought it was gonna be. I have never been to a funeral that I didn't enjoy. That is, until very recently. And I wasn't quite sure how to feel. It was a beautiful service, and one they certainly deserved. If only it had come later in their lifetime. And maybe it could have been prevented. If there wasn't a murder in my city. That's what everyone's been saying anyways. The Blackwood Butcher. That's what they call them, at least. It was hard not to overhear the rumors people said about them. I heard they strike at night. I heard they only target one person at a time and don't stop until they're dead. I heard it's a ghost, blindly seeking revenge. I didn't believe in any of that. At least not at first. But my parents did. And because of that, they didn't like me going off to the cemetery alone. Staying until it closed, walking home by myself in the dark. Though it was only across the street. These rumors had made them afraid for my safety. Do you really believe they're real? I asked my father. I do, he answered. Are you really worried for me? My mother did not say anything. But that is to be expected. They thought I was a perfect target. But I still didn't believe in it. Still, they were worried about me. So they sent me off to live with my aunt, uncle, and cousin. They didn't live far. At least not anymore. They moved from their fancy home in gorgeous Hallen City to a small little cabin in the woods. I never understood why, but I never really asked about it either. My parents felt I would be safer with them. Walking home at night. I'm even scared to just go out my driveway in the middle of the night. And also, cabin of the woods, I'm a scaredy cat. But it sounds nice. I'd like to go in a cabin in the woods, but it also feels like the perfect place for murder. I really like the music in this game so far. I hope it's like... I'm just gonna listen in on something. I really like the music. Okay, I don't think it's too loud here, so I'll like lift it up a little. If it does like start to overpower my voice, just tell me. I didn't want to leave, but every day I stayed only seemed to stress them out more. So I went to make them feel better. For the I stuttered too much. For the first few weeks, everything was fine. I barely left home, barely went to town anymore. And when I did, I was always with someone, taking all precaution to avoid becoming a victim of the butcher. But I still thought it was only a rumor. Even if the number of deaths in our community increased, why would you still think it's a rumor? Oh, well. I never thought that I, or someone I knew, would be a victim. Then that thing happened. To those two. And for the first time I was worried. Shortly after that, my own parents disappeared. They weren't in the diner, nor could I contact them. Even the authorities couldn't figure it out. No one had seen them. It was as if they suddenly vanished. As if they were killed off. I don't like to think about that possibility. Actually, well, there's also the other thing that's happened. Maybe I should have told the authorities about it. Or anyone for that matter. But I was too afraid of what might happen if I did. Ooh, ooh. A scene. Whoa! That was way louder than I thought. Let me... But I do like that. I knew I would fall asleep if I sat down. I'll put that down a bit more. Glad for all these options, though. Okay. Is it raining outside? It wasn't supposed to rain today. The lights on outside. Is Kroven out there? I better go check. Whoa! I've already seen this person before because I've just seen like all the art for it. Or not all the art, but like I've seen just what like the creator posts on her Twitter. So I'm very excited, especially to meet like someone specific. But I'm also scared because now I gotta think of voices. She looks so sad. Whoa! 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 Hello? Oof. Anyways, choices. Yeah, here is Aunt and Uncle. I really do like those type of sounds. Quit it, Mary. How many times do I have to tell you? They went to hell. What are you doing out here? It's raining. I can see that it's raining, Mary. Okay, I finished dinner. It's spaghetti. I used your favorite sauce, too. Okay, I'll be inside in a second. Just let me put this out. I like how they look. Blips are always nice. All the food is cold. What did you say earlier? It still isn't. I'm just stating the fact, that's all. Other than that, we didn't say much, and dinner was quiet. I cleaned up most of it, but Kroven helped a little bit. After that, he went to go sit in the living room. Once I finished cleaning the kitchen up, I joined him like usual. Normally after dinner, when Kroven and I sit here together, we do something fun. We play the game on our phones together, or we get out a board game, or we play cards. Talk about our days if something exciting happened. But that's not... reading too fast. But that's when Aunt and Uncle were still... Kroven's been in a pretty bad mood since then. It's not as if I can blame him. I want to talk to him, but... I don't really know if he's much in the mood to talk. It's awkward. Maybe attempt a conversation. Crow, do you want to talk about it? There's nothing to talk about. I've still got my old therapist's number, you know? Oh. Thank you for the follow! Ooh. Kroven? Ain't there a reason she was your old one? I know, but she was good at this kind of stuff. And I've been thinking that maybe... Shut up, Mary. Just shut up already. Can't I be bitter over it? Are you trying so hard to rush me into therapy, huh? What? You knew about this shit stutters, better than anyone, but here you are. I'm not gonna stop being upset just because you miss me being all happy smiling and shit. Can't you just stop trying to fucking talk to me about it? I'll get over it when I get over it. Maybe get your own life, and then you'll stop worrying so much over mine. Sorry. Aw. I think I ended up making Kroven more agitated trying to talk to him. Oh well. After a few more moments of awkward sitting, I went upstairs and headed to my bedroom. I didn't want to make Kroven angrier than I had already. I brushed my teeth and got changed into my pajamas. I stretched out on what you could consider my bed. The room I have in the cabin is nice. It's not like my room back in my actual home. But I've stayed here so long, I've been able to decorate it a bit, more to my liking. It's a pleasant room to stay in, even if it's not quite home. Of course, I don't normally sleep right away. I usually read a book or watch a movie on my laptop, or lie away thinking of a very embarrassing thing that's happened in my life. Ugh. If only sleeping was that easy. I always try to think of a story before I go to sleep, but then I just keep repeating the same lines to myself. But as of recent, I've picked up a different nighttime ritual. One that's nowhere near as pleasant. Oh, this is a cute room. And a little crow plush. And those are some cute pajamas. A text message I received the days following my parents' disappearance. It was from a number I didn't recognize. Your parents are safe, it had said. I know I should have done something smart. I should have told somebody. But instead, I texted the number back, and they responded to me. I've noticed that other than the first message, they usually don't reach out to me. It's me who keeps texting them, hoping we find out what's happening behind all this. Are you still awake? I am awake. Whenever you want to talk. Both are pretty crucial choices. Yes, I'm keeping a careful eye on them. How can I be so sure you even have them? What if you're just trying to prank me? Why would I do that? Because I'm hoping it's a prank. I'm sorry, it isn't a prank. I can promise that it's all real. How did you even get my number? Your parents gave it to me. Why would they do that? Because they care about you. You must be lying to me. My parents wouldn't do something like that. I'm sorry you don't know your parents as well as you think you do. What does that mean? Seriously, you freak me out. I just want my parents back. Please don't drag this out. I just want them back home. You should get some rest. It's late, isn't it? I'll talk to you tomorrow. I don't like to text for too long. Until then, goodbye. Goodbye. They suggested that I get some rest, but how do they expect me to do that? I'd never felt more restless in my life. Even asleep, I knew I wouldn't rest. When I woke up the next morning, Kroven had already left for the day. That wasn't a surprise. He'd been staying out late and leaving super early ever since the incident. I think being home bothers him. I'm not surprised. Whenever I pass the diner, I too feel like not being there. It's not the same without Mom and Dad after all. Despite this cabin being out in the middle of the woods, It really isn't all that hard to get back to Blackwood. Outside of our cabin is a faint dirt trail. It gets a bit twisty at some parts, but isn't too confusing. It takes about 15 minutes to walk down, but maybe 10 if you're fast. At the end of the trail there's a fence, one with a slight gap in it, and past the fence there's a little community. It isn't big. A few trailers with a few people living all the way out here. Far from anything that's, well, anything. But there's a road here and a bus that comes through. It runs through Blackwood, so whenever we need to leave, we take this bus. Nice. And then after the end of the short trip, you're in Blackwood. Whoa, so bright. It's the city I grew up in, and I always really loved it. There's the library and the local stores. My most favorite place to be is the Blackwood Cemetery. I've got a lot of trees to read under and the prettiest headstones I've ever seen. There's a mausoleum too. I think I read that right. Though I've never been inside. Private mausoleum, you know? I don't know who it belongs to. I'll look things up later just to figure out how to say words, because I'm not always the best at... I read too quick and then I think I know how to say it, then I realize I've been saying the word wrong my entire time. Also, I should have warned, because I'm pretty sure people are going to be coming in and out of the house, then my dog will just start barking out of nowhere. Anyways, I always try to leave flowers when I visit, every so often, and I visit a lot. I like to think it helps them, you know? Not feel lonely. Yeah. Brain can't keep up. And then after having spent my day in Blackwood, I come back home the same way I left. But I always make sure no one sees the way I come back home. Just in case, you know, murder. Despite the recent events, I too leave the cabin more than ever now. Kroven is rarely home, and I don't like being here alone. I know I'm just being paranoid, but I don't like the thought that maybe the butcher could find me out here all alone, even if that's the whole reason I'm here in the first place. So I go out a lot now. I feel more comfortable surrounded by lots of people. Despite how things may seem, I always prefer to be around people anyways. That's one reason why I like to go to the cemetery so often. There's always people there, even if you can't see them. True. After I got out of bed, I made myself a small breakfast and got changed into my favorite outfit. Kroven's gone, and the bus I take out into town should be arriving any minute now. Where should I go today? I do like libraries, and cafes are good, especially since I'm drinking a nice little tea right now. Is this the perfect time to save? But she does like cemeteries. I will follow my gut and go to a library, because I love books. Comics, mostly. I decided to go to the library. There's nothing quite like a good book. Exactly. My favorite kind of books are mysteries. Not necessarily murder mysteries, but mysteries in general. In fact, I kind of prefer it when the mysteries don't involve anyone dying. There's a lot less tension there, you know? But maybe I'm just too soft. I'm trying to think of any mysteries I've read that don't involve dying. Maybe there's one. But you know, maybe I should try looking for more stuff like that. Because I also don't always like that intense tension of death. I also quite enjoy manga, yeah. Especially the shoujo kind. I'm a true romantic at heart as well. I feel almost embarrassed to like them, but I find that they're cute and nice. I like seeing characters fall in love. Yeah. Yeah, a shoujo. Maybe that's why I'll try to find that's what I'll try to find at the library today. I stepped into the library and began to make my way over to my favorite spot. A tucked away corner in the library, right by a single window. Sometimes I'd spend an entire day in the corner just reading. I've even managed to finish entire books without leaving the library. I look forward to doing something like that again today, but... Oh! When I got to my favorite spot, I noticed the man was already sitting there. I was surprised because usually the library was pretty empty. But this man, he's familiar. I've met him before. Whoa! Ooh, I like how those bleeps sounded. Ooh. Oof. Voice. Oh my gosh. The thing I always do before streams, or if I'm streaming specifically a game that has multiple characters, is to try to think of what tone to speak in. And I did think, and I did. And then I forgot. But oh well. Oh, my apologies. Did I take your seat? Oh, it's you. Mary. Mary Anta? Yes? Ah, that's right. I remember you. From the funeral, right? Indeed. Do you remember my name? Reginald? That's right. It's a pleasure to see you here. I was hoping I'd run into you again one day. Oh? I hope that doesn't come off weird. You're just such a pleasant person to be around. You really brought life into that funeral. Oh, really? Thank you, I think. It's his birthday today! That's right! Happy birthday. So what brings you to the library today? Oh, well, I didn't really have plans, so I thought I'd just check out a book or something. Likewise. What kind of books were you interested in checking out? There's two sides. It's always depending on the person who you tell. I think it was someone I wasn't too familiar with, I would lie. But considering that this isn't actually me, I'll be honest. I'm actually here to look for a shoujo manga. A shoujo manga? What's that? Oh, it's like... Do you know what a manga is? I have an idea, but I can't say I've ever read one myself. Well, it's like one of those... But it usually centers around romance between the two main characters. And sometimes there's like friends or rivals. But I really like the comedy ones. I do too. Because you get cute jokes mixed into the romance. But sometimes the drama ones are really cute too. And they can get really intense. And, sorry I'm rambling. I'm not good at explaining things. Oh, same though. No worries, I think you did a good job. A shoujo. Sounds interesting. Perhaps I'll check one out myself later. I'm trying to be more open to new things after all. Anyways, what are you here to read? Me? I'm reading Manslaughter on the Disorient Locomotive. Oh, I've been meaning to read that one too. Do you want it then? What? Oh, no, that's okay. Please take your time. Just, if you wouldn't mind, would you tell me when you're done with it? You know, so I could maybe read it after? I'm fine with that. Though I've already gotten pretty far in, and I don't think I'll be finished by today. You have a cell phone, yes? Would it be alright if I have your number? That way I can notify you as soon as I'm finished. And, well, I'd like to try and be friends too, if that's alright. Oh, really? I mean, yeah, of course. Nice. Friendship acquired. Reginald and I exchanged phone numbers. I was shocked he even remembered me, but I'd consider meeting him again a pleasant surprise, and one I really appreciated. After our exchange, I picked out a shoujo book from one of the shelves and began to read in one of the other spots in the library. I ended up liking it so much I looked for the other books and brought 2 or 3 home with me to read later. I do the same. So sometimes I freaking pick up like the first volume of something. And it's not fully translated, so I just gotta wait like the 6 months for the next volume to come out. Luckily, this one series I started, the next volume comes out like next month, so I don't have to wait too long, but still have to wait for the next volume. After I came home, had dinner, and cleaned the kitchen up, I began my usual nighttime routine. I got changed into pajamas, brushed my teeth, sat on my bed, and texted whoever they are. Hi, it's me again. Are you there? Yes. You're still not going to tell me anything, are you? No. Can I ask you something, even if you won't give me an honest answer anyways? Okay. Those are short answers. Are you the Blackwood Butcher? Would I tell you if I was? Are you afraid of their safety? Of course, why wouldn't I be? I see. Why do you have them? I wouldn't put it like that. I don't own them after all, even if they are in my keeping for now. You're way too vague. Why'd you even contact me to begin with? I thought you'd like to know about your parents. I'm only trying my best to keep you happy. You think I'm happy? Maybe not now, but you will be. I have to go now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Oof. After another frustrating and unsettling night of text messages, I got under the covers and tried my best to sleep. It wasn't easy, and I had a lot of difficulty trying. I don't remember exactly when, but eventually I was able to sleep, even if not peacefully. Dad?
Ooh. Yes, sweetheart? Yes? Is something wrong?
Mama told me that Uncle Ray died.
Did she now?
Are we going to see him?
No, you don't need to worry about that.
I don't? But...
Listen, Mary. Normally when someone passes, you hold a funeral for them, right?
yeah.
The thing about funerals, though, is that they're for people who are worth remembering.
Ooh. Ooh. I see. After I got out of bed, I made myself a small breakfast and got changed into my favorite outfit. Crovin's gone, and the bus I take out into town should be arriving any minute now. Where should I go today? Well, we already went to the library, so let's go to the cafe. Everyone loves some good old coffee. Oh my gosh, dog. Bless you. I don't think he can be heard too. Well, maybe he can, because if I can hear him from here, maybe you can slightly hear him. Dog. If he wants to go out, I'll be right back. Enzo, do you want to go? No. I'll be a good dog. What are you doing? Trying to get comfy. I see. I decided to go to the new cafe that opened up. Planet Dollars is a popular coffee chain, but we never had one in this town. Well, until now, that is. I've always wanted to go to one, just to try it, you know? Although, I don't actually like coffee. I've been trying to give up coffee recently. I think the dog's just tired. Or just has so much energy that it's so tired. But yeah. But I'm trying to give up coffee because it hurts my stomach too much, despite tasting so good. But still, I could at least see what they had, right? Some cafes have like big stuff, so like it's not always just coffee, yeah? When I got to the cafe, it was already packed. I thought since it had already been around for a few weeks, some of the hype surrounding it would have died down. But I guess not, seeing as how noisy and crowded it was. Still, at least it was something different than usual. As I said, I'm not particularly fond of coffee. And since I had a light breakfast anyways, I decided to treat myself with a muffin. Nice! A chocolate muffin. Because sweet foods are the best. Totally agree. Though I very much love blueberry muffins. However, I found myself in a bit of a pinch when I tried to look for some place to sit down. It seemed as though everyone's seats were already taken, and I didn't really want to walk and eat at the same time. Luckily, though, I was able to find an empty seat. Ooh! A girl around my age with the most spectacular eyebrows was diligently working on her laptop with an empty seat across from her. I figured she must be writing an essay for college or something. Coffee shops are popular with people in college, or so I hear. I'm actually been very much looking forward to seeing her because I really like her design. Seeing as this was the only seat left, I asked her, "Excuse me, may I sit here?" She didn't verbally answer me. Rather, she glanced over at me, rolled her eyes, and nodded to the empty seat. I tried to look apologetic as I sat. "Thank you." Ooh. She is working diligently, and staying quiet would probably be appreciated. But it's okay to be a snoop. Sorry, can you shut up for a second? I'm trying to concentrate. Oh, sorry. I'll stay quiet. She does have really nice eyebrows. What is that? The time to compliment? Thanks. So you're interested in what I'm doing here? Well, yeah, I guess. You seem to be very focused after all. As focused as I can be. What's your name? Me? I'm Mary. Twyla. Nice to meet you. Anyways, I'm working on a report. A report? Like for school? No. Have you noticed something odd going on in town recently? Something odd. I'm not surprised if you haven't heard about it. It's like the police are trying to dull suspicion. Or just arrest potential suspects so everyone can feel safe. Oh, are you talking about the killing rumors? The Blackwood Butcher, right? Don't say it so loud. But, yes. How did you know? Oh, well, I've been hearing the rumors for a while now. And actually, my aunt and uncle died pretty recently. They were, killed. Really? Uh-huh. That's actually pretty. How did they die? Oh, I don't know. No one really told me, but the circumstances were strange. Like, they didn't die naturally. There was definitely someone else involved. At least that's what I've been told. Uh-huh. Interesting. You know, maybe you can help me with this report. And, some other stuff. Oh, I can? Yeah. If you're okay with that, of course. Oh yeah, sure, I guess. I mean, having a killer around is bad, so if I can help, like, raise awareness or something... I mean, like... Yes! I'd like to help you! Thanks. This'll really put me ahead. Tisk. Tick. Oh, freaking click tongue. I know how to click a tongue, but for some reason, mine forgot. I have to go, actually. I'm running late for something. Here, give me your phone number. I'm not entirely sure I'll need your help, but I'd rather have a way to contact you just in case. Oh, yeah, of course. Twilight and I exchanged phone numbers after she packed up her laptop and was picked up by a car outside. Oh, hey, class. Come to think of it, I didn't actually see her drink any coffee or order any food. Among Us? I guess maybe she finished before I got there. I don't know why she would choose such a noisy place to work, though. After spending my day looking in some nearby stores, I went home pretty tired. I ate leftovers for dinner and yawned more than once as I got changed to pajamas. I plopped myself onto my bed and pulled out my phone, ready to continue the nightly conversation. You're there, right?
Of course I am.
I don't know why I keep contacting you. I guess I'm just afraid if I don't, you'll disappear or something.
I'm unlikely.
I know you won't tell me where my parents are, but can you at least tell me why you took them?
No.
Why not?
I don't know who could be seeing these messages. Well, yeah, she's not showing them to anyone. But, like, that's a good answer. Possibly. I may even change phones from time to time just to be careful. But you'll know it's me.
I don't know if that should be comforting or not. I really don't see how this works. How am I supposed to trust you? Trust you aren't someone dangerous if you don't give me any info to go off of. Especially when I haven't even heard from my parents.
Goodbye, Mary. Sleep well.
Rude. I felt sick that night as I tried to go to sleep. I tossed and turned so many times, and yet I was still too tired to get up and try doing something else. I don't remember when, but eventually I was able to fall asleep. I didn't sleep very well, though. I'm not going to back out. I'm not going back. I'm not going back out there. You saw how they were looking at me. I can't do it. I can't. I'm sorry. Maybe it's better if I don't anymore. Oh. Oh. After I got out of bed, I made myself a small breakfast and got changed in my favorite outfit. Croven's gone and the bus I take out into town should be arriving any minute now. Where should I go today? Let's go to the cemetery. I went to my favorite place, the cemetery. The cemetery is pretty much on the same block as my family's restaurant. Right next to it, in fact. All you have to do is cross the street. It's on the same side of the road. I think my parents chose this location because it's good for business. That's what Mom told me anyways. People are usually hungry after a funeral. Ooh, yeah. Crying really takes a lot out of you after all. I was always glad to live there because I really love visiting the cemetery. I like to walk down the rows and see who got flowers that day. That's what I do most days. Sometimes I'll pick my own flowers just to leave on graves that look like they've been forgotten about. I'm actually quite known for the cemetery. Some people have even began to use a nickname for me, though I don't know how many of them even know what I look like. Oh hey! When I arrived at the cemetery gates, however, I was surprised to see Croven standing there with what looks like a new friend. Croven? Mary? Ugh, did you follow me? Huh? No, I didn't. You know I always come here. Yeah, that's usually not until later. Why are you here so early? I mean, it's not as if I had anything better to do. Well, do you have to be here right now? I'm kinda on a date. Ooh. Oh no, that means more voices!
Oh, this is a date?
I mean, it can be if you want it to be.
I'll think about it.
How was I supposed to know you'd be here? I'm sorry, what?
Don't try to turn this into another stupid fight, Mary. Hey, take it easy on her. She's my cousin.
Oh no, words!
Vasilis, I can talk to her however I want. Maybe you should take a chill pill.
Sorry, Mary, but can you please go? I really just don't have the energy for this right now.
Forgetting voices quick. Yeah, okay. Sorry. I didn't mean to intrude. I'll see you later. Later. See you some other life, Mary. Da-da-da-da-da. I left Crovin alone. I didn't want to interrupt his little date or whatever. I especially didn't want to make him more mad at me. However, I wasn't going to let him stop me from going in the cemetery. I continued on past the gates and stepped inside. It seemed emptier than usual. I just heard my mom doing the voice for the dog. It didn't look like any funerals were being held today. Would it be mean of me to wish there was? Yeah, it probably would be. Forget I said anything like that. It was a really awful thing to say. And nighttime rolled around, I headed back home. I slipped into my pajamas and headed to bed almost immediately. Of course, though, I couldn't sleep right away. I had someone I needed to talk to first. Good evening again. Good evening. May I ask you something? You always do. How did you know my name is Mary? I've always known. Huh? I've always known what your name is. Have we met before? If we did, you probably wouldn't remember. If? So we didn't meet. Take the if as a maybe. We may have met before, but would it make any difference if you didn't remember me? It would be as if we were meeting for the first time. That's weird. I'm uncomfortable. Any updates on my parents? They are fine. Will I ever see them again? Yes. Because I'm coming to get you too. I just need more time. Good night, Mary. 2? Frickin'. Should be holding up 2 fingers instead of 1. I went to sleep feeling pretty shaken that night. I tried not to think about it. I'm surprised I was able to get any sleep at all. Bone person added to her friend collection. I'm surprised I didn't have any nightmares either. Uncle Cross. Oh, voices. Yeah, Mary? Uncle Cross, can I ask you a question? Sure thing, kiddo. Shoot. How'd you lose your eye? Mary. That's not... It's fine, I don't mind. I lost my eye in a war. You were in war, Uncle Cross? Oh wait, I think my dog wants out. Oh, puppy Loki. Come on. That means the chances of my dog barking later on are cut by 50%. Unless he comes back downstairs right away. I won't get into the specifics of it, but it was important for me that I protect my family in any way I could. Do you miss it? My eyeball? Yeah. You know something? Not as much as I thought I would. I think I would miss you bunch a lot more. Aw. Aw, wait, that's sweet. I woke up late in the next morning. I must have been pretty tired after the last few days. I dragged myself out of bed and followed my normal morning routine. Got changed into my favorite outfit, had breakfast, etc. And of course, Crovin was once again nowhere to be seen. However, when I checked my phone that morning, I realized he had sent me a message. To my surprise, there were other messages there as well from my new friends. Who should I read first? Oh. I'm going for Twyla. Mary, it's Twyla. If you're still interested in helping me, I'll be at the library around noon today. It should be quieter there. And there's some books I want to pick out for research purposes. Meet me there if you can, but if not, I'll just call you up another time. Intriguing. Hey, Crovin. Hey, Mary. I'm sorry. I know I've been acting pretty nasty to you lately. I hope you know I don't mean it. Have you been to the Planet Dollars yet? I'll be heading there for lunch today, maybe at like 12:30. You should come and have lunch with me, my treat. Ooh, paying. Lunch sounds good, but... And then I can, like, formally apologize or whatever. Good morning, Miss Mary, Anta. I hope you're doing well today. You had asked about the book the other day, right? Well, I actually finished it quicker than I expected to. I'd really love to give it to you, but I won't be at the library today. I'm actually going to be at the cemetery. You like that place though, right? You should come see me, and I can pass the book over to you. I'll be there a quarter afternoon or so. And maybe after we can grab lunch or something together. I hope that doesn't come off weird. I just like some company for my lunch break. Call me back. Alright, I think that's all. Messages checked. Exit phone? I was messaged by each of them. However, I think I only have time to meet up with one of them today. Where should I go? Where should I go today then? I do like the way he talks. I mean, I'm definitely gonna like freaking go for all the routes, but which one do I want to go for first? Like, who do I want to interact with the most? Because they're all pretty interesting. Lunch sounds good. Both prospects. Lunch. Both choices involve lunch. Munch, 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 and crunch. I'll go with library. And I just spilled some tea on my pants. Luckily, it was just a drop. It was a tough choice, but I had to choose one of them. I told the others I had plans and that I'd have to meet with them some other time. Then when noon rolled around, I headed to my destination. When I got to the library to meet with Twyla, it was already a little past noon. I had texted her on the way there, but I'm still worried she might already be gone by the time I got there. I don't know why. She said she'd be there for research after all. And surely that takes a while. At least I'm pretty sure it would. When I got to the library, I was able to find Twyla, who was coincidentally in my favorite spot of the library. Twyla? Oh, you made it. Sorry, I just got really invested in this book while waiting for you. Oh, what book is it? Celsius 232 777777. Whenever I hear so many sevens, I just think of frickin' Ace Attorney. And same thing whenever I hear 999999999. Frickin' Witch's Heart. Sorry. Let me just finish this last paragraph, and then we can start. I waited patiently for Twyla to finish, and once she did, I watched her place the book onto the wrong spot on the bookshelf and turn to face me. So are you ready? I mean, yeah, I guess. What exactly are we doing here, though? Your reports are on the... Remembering what she told me, I whispered the next parts. It's about the butcher, right? Yes, that's why we're here. The library's got some good books on the history of Blackwood. You don't understand why that's important, do you? Should I? Anyways, we're here to look up stuff about the other serial killers in Blackwood itself. Other killers. Yeah. Before I do much else, I want to make sure this isn't some sort of copycat killer. A copycat killer? What's that? Do I have to explain everything to you? Oh, no, sorry. A copycat crime is a crime that mimics another. A copycat killer is a killer who bases their murder off previous murders. It could be that they were inspired by a killer to commit the same crime in similar fashion, and they could even do it as a homage to whoever inspired them. Okay, I think I get it. So We're going to research similar crimes and potential killings that have happened in the Blackwood area in the past. Our library's got plenty of books on the subjects and seemingly more useful stuff than the garbage I find online. Based on this, on this, I know how to say that word. Based on this, based on the statistics I've collected of the most recent mysterious deaths, I'm going to research these other killers and see if their methods of murders or victims are similar to what's been happening here. Oh, that makes sense. I'm hoping that if it's a copycat killer, it'll be easier to seek out and catch the real killer. I'm going to go look for books about Blackwood itself. You should go look in the true crime section and pick out any of the books that have to do with serial killings. Report whatever you find back to me, got it? Good. Twyla, wait. Twyla walked off into the library, leaving me to look for the books. Except she didn't tell me about any of the statistics she found, so I had no idea what I was supposed to be looking for. I tried just getting any books that mentioned killers in them. I wasn't sure if it mattered how old they were or if the killer itself was even caught. Eventually, Twyla had sat down with a few books and began flipping through them. I kind of just kept bringing her new books and putting away books she asked me to. We ended up spending a long time there. I started getting tired and she didn't want to admit it. But I could see Twyla was starting to get tired too. After a while, we decided to call it a day. So, did you find anything useful? For the most part, not really. There are a few books I'm going to check out and bring home with me for further research. Oh, that's good, I think. It's better than nothing. Hey, thanks for helping me. It probably would have taken me longer to find stuff without your help. Oh yeah, of course, no problem. Hey, can I ask you something? It's nothing really that important, but why'd you choose this spot in the library? I'm sure that sounds so weird, but I'd love to know. You want to know that of all things? Well, I mean, I've been coming to this library for a really long time. I've never seen anyone in this corner except for me and the other guy. I just thought it'd be more private and quiet. Is this really an uncommon place to sit? Well, I mean, other than you, I've only seen one other person sit here. I saw him the other day before. I saw him here the other day, actually. Who's that? Oh, he's just an acquaintance of mine I recently met again. His name is... Wait, hold up. Reginald Tetra? Oh, I mean, I don't know his last name, but... Long caramel hair, rectangular glasses. He has an accent if you listen carefully. Oh yeah, that's him. Do you know him? Mary, you can't talk to Reginald. Huh? Why not? He's a suspect. He is? Everyone's a suspect, of course. But I really don't trust that guy. Why? I used to spend a lot of time here, you know. I even worked here for a time. And Reginald was always up to something. Trying to hide the books he was reading. He was also very handsome. And here comes the guest again. Good old dog. I think. Hands up. Oh, dog. He brought down another toy with him. I never saw him check anything out. He watched him that closely. I watched him because he was weird. He always hides the covers of the books he reads. He arranged the shelves when he was done so you couldn't see what he was reading. And when I would confront him about it, he'd just smile and act as if he wasn't reading at all. I mean, just because someone seems weird doesn't mean that you should, you know... But I saw what he was reading, despite his attempts to hide it. And it's not good. I can't trust a suspicious guy like that, and neither should you. a long time since I played like a freaking visual novel and like I always liked watching a lot of visual novel games and stuff like that, playthroughs. And usually though, when I used to play them a lot, I always tried to be like a people pleaser, but like try not to let myself like be too much like that. But I'm trying to think. I'm trying to. Does seem a little suspicious. My dog wants out again. Comes in and out. Okay, sure. He was pretty nice when I met him, but if you really think he's that bad, I'll try to limit time spent around him, I guess. Good, you should. But don't let your guard down around everyone else, either. Anyone could be a killer, not just him. Even you? But keeping your space is a good idea. Thanks for warning me, I guess. After that, Twyla and I said our goodbyes. I don't know what she did after. I thought about what she said to me all day. Reginald's behavior seemed strange from the way she described it. But he has to have his reason, right? And it's a bit extreme to accuse him of something so cruel. I took the bus home like usual, did all the normal nighttime things. Eating, washing up, whatever. And it was back to my least favorite part of the day. Hi. Hello. Can we talk about that thing you said the other night? I'm gonna just adjust something quick. Blah, 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 blah. I haven't been able to stop thinking about it ever since you said it. What's bothering you? You said that you were coming for me. That you just needed more time? Are you really going to steal me too? It'll be alright. I promise. It's for the best. You're gonna make me feel sick all over again. What do you want me to tell you? Who you really are. Is that really what you want? You'll see me soon. But you shouldn't worry about it. It will happen when it happens. This is for the best. Even if you can't see that right now. Even if you can't ever. When will this be over? Soon, hopefully. I just need some more time. You'll hang on for me, won't you? Do I have a choice? Sweet dreams, Mary. I didn't sleep at all that night. I really didn't. There were a few times I shut my eyes and tried to. Nothing could calm me down anymore at this point. My anxiety was through the roof. I just wanted Mom and Dad back. I wanted to know for certain that they were okay. It should have been me that was taken. Maybe it was supposed to be. Aww. The next morning when I got up, Krovin was still home. He seemed to be acting pretty normal for once. At the very least, not agitated. But despite this, I didn't sit and have breakfast with him. I wasn't in the mood to really talk to anyone. Not right now. Not after last night. It was too much. I just wanted some private time to myself. I just wanted to cool down. As I was about to leave, Crow called out to me. Not eating breakfast? Maybe I actually clicked too fast. Mar. I responded. You better pick something out while you're out. He responded with a simple okay, and after that I was out the door. I just wanted to go to that place and not be bothered. On the bus ride, all three of them texted me again. Krovin said he noticed I left pretty quickly and hoped I wasn't upset with him for his behavior lately. Twyla talked about some of her progress on her research, and Reginald said he'd be at the cemetery again today. Although I appreciated their messages. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I really just needed to be alone. I needed to go back there and just relax. Used to not be a really big breakfast person, but like now, breakfast food is really good. Love me some French toast. Love some good old bacon and eggs. Eggs I've started to love a lot more. No, that's not the right word. I wasn't going there to relax. I was going there to mourn. The Dine Red. It's where I grew up. I lived my whole life in this diner. Restaurant, bistro. I never know the right word for places like this. We always had such silly names for it since it was next to the cemetery. The restaurant in pieces, sometimes the diner. even just simply Dine Dead. I always wondered if others caught on. You probably wouldn't know just from looking at it, but there's 2 floors. The bottom floor is the diner itself. I've eaten here for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Sometimes all in the same day. Top floor is more like a house. Our house. There's bedrooms and a bathroom and even a small living space with a TV. It can be a little cramped sometimes, but it's cozy. No one could get up from there but me and my parents, of course. The upstairs is locked. You need a key, which I have, of course. After Mom and Dad went missing, the authorities locked this place up, and it's been locked ever since. They don't want anyone going in there, not even me. Because I don't know, it's kind of like a crime scene or something. But I still have the key for the front, too. It's my house, after all. I carefully scanned the area around me as I stood in the parking lot. There were a few cars that passed by, and maybe a person or 2 on the sidewalk. No one really seemed to pay me any mind. I bet their food is... I just love puns, even if they're like bad. I can't help but smile. That's great. There were a few cars that passed by, and maybe a person or 2 on the sidewalk. But no one really seemed to pay me any mind. It was still a bit early in the morning, so it wasn't surprising to see so few people out. I looked over my shoulders a few more times to make sure no one was watching me. Then I stepped up to the front door, unlocked it, and took a step inside, closing the doors carefully behind me. When I stepped inside, I was instantly hit with a wave of all different kinds of emotions. I had been avoiding the diner for a long time because whenever I passed it, I would just think of Mom and Dad and feel sad. But now, stepping inside, it felt nice. At least a little bit. Just being able to be in my own house after so long, it was bittersweet. On one hand, I felt so happy to just be home. Everything was just as I had left it. The light still entered in through the windows the same way it always did. It still smelled faintly of delicious food, even though the kitchen hasn't been used in a while. Even Mom's special board was in the same spot. Oh, hey, dragon. But it felt so empty. So desolate. So abandoned. There wasn't even electricity here. I really like the music. It does make me feel... It does give a feeling like of nostalgia. There wasn't even any electricity here. This place was hardly ever empty. We always had customers, and the diner always did well. There was hardly a moment where I'd come downstairs and only see Mom or Dad. There was always people, even if just one person was here. The counter would be full of coffee drinkers at night and in the morning. I'd see families come by for dinner or people out on dates come here. I always loved being able to see that. There were so many good memories in this place. Like... Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be right back. 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 Back and back. My mind started thinking about breakfast, and then I started thinking about orange juice. We didn't have orange juice, so I just went to eat orange. Anyways, good memories, good memories. We'll go for a Halloween party. It was more like a trunk or treat kind of thing. We had a bunch of cars lined up in our parking lot, giving out candy. And there were a few games to play. I remember Mom helping me put together a little Grim Reaper costume. It was a rare instance where I actually got along with other kids. And even was able to see them considering I was homeschooled. I remember Crovin being there too. He was dressed like a zombie, though his makeup got completely ruined when he tried to go bobbing for apples. Bobbing for apples. That's so gross. Who even came up with that? I don't think I could even imagine doing it today. Oh, especially not today. But it seemed fun as a kid. I guess even though I never did so. I probably thought it was gross back then too, I guess. I remember Crovin got to sleep over afterwards too. And Mom and Dad kept the Halloween decorations up all day the next day. It's funny. I use some of those decorations in my room now. But I remember all the booths, tables, and windows being absolutely covered in orange and black streamers. And now it was all covered in dust. And no one's here. Oh, where should I go? I decided to walk up to my parents' room. I just missed them so much I couldn't bring myself not to. Oh, a stingray picture! Oh! Love. I stepped into my parents' room. The curtains were drawn open and warm light flooded into the room. As the sun finally came out from behind the clouds today, I could still smell some of my mom's perfume lingering in the air. Everything was so neat, just as they had always kept things. You wouldn't even have guessed they were kidnapped. There were no signs of struggle or even any sort of mess at all. The bed was made and all their stuff was exactly where it should be. The only thing different was a fine layer of dust from how long it had been, and the fact that my parents weren't here. Oh. Mary Anta. And the fact that my parents weren't here. Oh, wait, I already did. I sat on my parents' bed. It always was softer than mine. That always seems to be the case. I mean, then again, it's usually because they're bigger beds. But it always does seem the case that parents' beds are the softest. Couches are really soft, though, too. I remember sleeping here as a little girl when I didn't feel quite big enough to sleep in my own bed just yet. Mom would help me build pillow forts here sometimes. We would hang up a sign that said no boys allowed. It didn't take long for me to start crying. Oh, I missed my mom and dad. I never even got the chance to say goodbye to them. The last message I got from them was my mom telling me she hoped I would sleep well that night. And then the next day they were gone. Just like that. What do I do now? What if they never come back? What if I already saw them for the last time? Oh, this is making me a little sad. I ended up falling asleep on my parents' bed. I was already exhausted from my lack of sleep, and crying certainly didn't help in that respect. When I woke up, I was unaware of how much time had passed. But I feel groggy. If he was in here, that barking would have been so much more louder than it actually is. But I felt groggy, and I didn't think I should. I didn't think I should stay any longer. It'd probably just make me feel worse. I got up from the bed and began to head back downstairs.
Wasn't until I got to the bottom of the stairs that I noticed. Huh? Someone was here. Some stranger kneeling over in front of the doorway for whatever reason. I was almost frozen in my spot. Who were they? Why were they here? No one should have been able to get in. That's right. I unlocked it. Oh, did unlock the door? I probably would have thought of that either. Crap. I stood here hoping they wouldn't see me. It's always like in those scenes where you gotta be quiet, where like a character's like either trying to take like steps back and then accidentally steps on something or bumps into things, and then boom. Those are always such tense moments. The way they were dressed, with baggy dark clothes and their hood up, told me they were most likely bad news. Did they follow me in here? I wasn't sure what to do. I thought about trying to escape out the back way or sneakily head back upstairs if need be, but... as soon as I took a step back... on the dog's back. I think he's back. Enzo? The fear I feel in my heart. I tripped slightly and let out a small yelp as I caught myself on one of the bar stools. The stranger immediately bolted outside. Okay, well they went out. Oh, wait. I wasn't even able to get a good look at them. For a split second, I considered trying to chase after them. And even if that wasn't a stupid idea, they ran much faster than I could keep up with anyway. Panicked and slightly shaking, I took out my phone. I was so nervous, I pressed it to my ear without even having dialed anyone yet. But who would I call? The police? No, I can't do that. I was already in here when I wasn't supposed to be. And I don't want to put any kind of attention on myself. But I can't just call nobody. I have to tell someone about this. Who do I go to? He is close by. Trying to think of my options. I'd probably call family though. Let's call Crovin. I rushed to call Crovin. He was my family and the only person I could trust with something like this. Please pick up Crovin. As I was beginning to fear Crovin forgot to charge his phone or something or other, he picked up. Yo, Crovin, where are you right now? Are you busy? Can you come meet me? Whoa, hold up. What's with all the questions? Everything okay? I'm at the diner and there was someone here. Some intruder. I just ran out, but please, can you please come here? Cool down, Mary. Reel it back a bit. I'll come, okay? Don't panic. Okay. I'll try not to. Dog. It felt like an eternity passed before Crovin got here. I couldn't really read the expression on his face. He looked kinda concerned. Let me just... Bam. Probably gonna take me like more than a day to try to remember what voices I do for what, or what tone and stuff. He looked kinda concerned, but also kinda annoyed in a way too. Did I bother him somehow? Still, he calmed down pretty quickly. So we looked around the house together, trying to make sure whoever was there didn't leave anything behind. And they didn't. Except, well, when we investigated my room, I noticed some of my plushies
I would hate if anyone stole any of my plushies. Especially the little pee-pee. Disappeared. It was one of your favorites? It was one of my favorites. And I always kept it right on the shelf next to my bed. So it couldn't have gotten lost so easily. Did they take it? That thought put my stomach in knots. To think they must have been in here while I was dozing off in the other room. Oh God. Ugh. After we searched every room, we headed back downstairs. Crovin gave me a kind of sad look. Are you really okay, Mars? Mars? I want to say Mar. But Mary, I am now. Thanks for coming. Marzipan. What's marzipan? That's what my mind keeps going to. Let me quickly look something up. Mars, Mary, cemetery. I don't even know how to spell. Mars, what? A confection consisting primarily of sugar, honey, and almond meal, sometimes augmented with almond oil or extract. I feel like I probably heard that word from Chowder. Mars, like the planet. Ah, okay. Dog came back. Mars, are you sure you weren't just imagining things? It was probably just an animal that got in, I don't know. I know shit's been kinda rough lately, and I know I haven't been helping in that, so... Look, I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if... What? No! Crovin, I definitely saw a person here. I swear it. Well, in that case, maybe it was just a squatter? Crovin, I really don't think so. This place was locked before. They couldn't have gotten in until I unlocked it. What if they followed me here? You can't know that for sure though, right? I guess not. Look, you caught me at a bad time, and I really can't do a lot to help right now anyways. Let's just get out of here and try to forget it, okay? Forget it? Is there anything we can really do at this point? You already called me just because you didn't want to phone the police, right? Man. Look, I'm sorry someone got in. But what do you want me to do about it? I'm just one guy, Mars. I can't track him down for you. That's true. Let's just leave this place alone for now. I guess. We left and I locked the place back up. But something seemed off about Crovin today. He usually wasn't like this. Crovin was always so hot-headed and defensive, especially towards me lately. But now that I'm actually asking for his help, he just doesn't seem to care. I went home disappointed that night. I could barely eat or brush my teeth properly. I almost went straight to bed. But now I couldn't do that. I just couldn't. Even if I wanted to. Hello again. Good evening. Was that you in my diner today? What do you mean? Earlier today I was in my diner, or house I guess. There was a stranger. I couldn't see their face, and they ran out as soon as they realized I was behind them. Was that you? No. I don't know why I bothered asking. I doubt you'd give me the truth either way. Sometimes lying will be necessary, but I am telling the truth now. If you say so. I'm not really sure what else to say. That's okay. I prefer when you don't ask questions. Why's that? You know what they say. Curiosity kills the cat, but satisfaction brings it back. I know the whole saying. Good night, Mary. Bum, 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 bum. So much for getting a good night's sleep. I think I remember reading a children's book actually called Curiosity Killed the Cat. No. That wasn't what it was called. That's what they said at the end of the book. It was like... I think it's called Cat Kong. I don't know why I'm suddenly... Well, I do know because of the Curiosity Cat thing. Freaking, it was just the cat wreaking havoc on a little city full of little mice or something. I think I learned that, I'm pretty sure that that is the full saying. But I think I remember hearing that, like, about 2, like, years ago or something. Not too recent, but I always remember that because my parents always say that to me when I get too curious. Or used to say that to me. Mary, are you still sleeping? Mary?
No, I don't want to get up yet. Let me sleep. I had a long night last night.
A long night. You went to bed at 8:30.
I didn't sleep well.
Well, your mother's making pancakes if you want any.
Do they have chocolate chips?
Hell yeah. Hope so. Of course, it's Sunday.
Okay, I'll be down soon.
I really love pancakes with strawberries in them. I've only had them once, but I really like how they tasted. Curiosity killed the cat, but Mary is manta ray, so everything's good.
I quickly got out of bed and got dressed, yawning as I descended down the stairs. Even from the top of the stairs, I could already smell the chocolate.
If you don't hurry, I'm going to eat all of them.
Dad!
Oh, you know I'm just teasing you. Besides, your mom would kill me if I did. Aw. That's such a nice little scene. My dog is so loud chewing on his toy. I'm the type of person who needs like all sorts of background noise to feel comfortable. But it's still funny because then I realize, oh wait, shoot, what if that bothers other people? But anyways.
I got downstairs and sat at the counter beside my dad. There was a plate waiting for me, and my mother was behind the counter drinking her morning coffee like usual. Thank you for breakfast, Mom.
Of course, dear. So do you have any plans today?
No, not really.
Aw, is Crovin busy today?
I don't know. Probably.
Well, we can always do something if you want.
We can?
Of course we can. Didn't you want to see the new movie? The horror one with the janitor? Why don't we go tonight?
Are you sure? Aren't you busy?
You know I'm never too busy for my little girl.
That sounds really fun. What about Mom?
Are you really worrying about me? I'll be fine, sweetheart. Go out with your father. We can even call up Crow and see if he wants to come too.
I've been really looking forward to this movie. I'm so excited now. This morning's been quite the pleasant surprise, but something feels off. Like I'm forgetting something? No, something is weird here. But what? What's wrong?
It's too empty here? No, it's in the house. Not enough chocolate chips.
The pancakes are delicious and fluffy as ever. I don't think Mom has it in her to make a bad-tasting pancake. Or a bad-tasting anything for that matter.
Can I just click on all of these? It's too empty?
No, that's not it. It's Sunday. We don't open until past noon on Sundays because Mom likes us all to have a nice breakfast together. It's still morning, so...
There's no utensils?
I mean, yeah, I don't have a fork right now, but there's definitely something else wrong here.
Coffee?
I really hate coffee, but Mom always loved hers black. It's no different today. It still seems to be steaming, but that never stopped Mom before. That's fine. He's as chipper as ever, and he brushed his hair this morning, too. Good old Dad.
Mom?
Mom's fine. Mom's always... Wait. Mom can't talk.
Oh.
Mom is mute. Mom's never been able to talk her whole life. I had to learn sign language as a kid to be able to communicate with her. She's never... Whose voice even was that? That was talking to me. My mom doesn't have a voice. What's going on?
Mary, you okay, hon? You look like you've seen a ghost.
I'm fine. Are you sure, dear? I could make you some tea to help you calm down if you're feeling anxious. No, I'm okay. I think I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. I hopped out of my seat and rushed my way over to the ground floor bathroom. That wasn't my mom. Was that even my dad?
Ooh.
I was hoping that once in the bathroom I could rinse my face off and make sense of things. But, Mom?
Teleports in front of you.
Mom, what are you doing here? Weren't you just outside? Mom? What?
How murderous.
What? What's the matter, Mary? I thought you liked ghosts. There's a funeral today. I'm happy. Is that bad? I'd been planning for it. I overheard them talking about it in the cemetery when planning a spot for her. Is that bad? I really enjoy funerals. I always have. Even when... I like to see everyone gather around for their lost loved ones. They're all so sad. They bring flowers and sometimes even little parting gifts. They're so nice, don't you think? If their spirits could talk, I bet they'd say they appreciate it. Would a ghost attend their own funeral? I would. Well, in any case, I'm excited for the one today, and I'm excited to see what they're like.
The little noise scared me a little because I didn't expect any noise.
Hopping off the bus that morning, I was glad to see I wasn't too late. It's a good thing I always wear black. No one even seemed to turn their heads to me as I came near. It started to rain. They never said anything about rain today.
Certified brand energy drinks.
Monster Energy. But I thought it might when I saw the clouds out this morning. So I came prepared and brought my umbrella. It was then that I noticed a little old lady with no umbrella. And no one was even bothering to help keep her dry. So I covered her with my umbrella. That's a very nice design. Oh, it's an umbrella. You scared me for a second. Thank you, dear. Of course. Pardon me if this sounds rude, but were you one of her friends? No, at least I don't think so. Who died? Oh, well, it was my darling Miss Bella. She passed just last week. My condolences. Forgive me if this sounds rude, but what is your relationship to her? Me? Ah, yes. I'm Spella's mom. I never met you before, have I? That's okay, lots of people haven't. I'm very sorry for your loss. How are you feeling? Feeling? It's impossible for me to feel anything but heartbroken. I truly don't believe I'll ever recover from this. Now, don't say that. She wouldn't want you to think like that, right? Yes, I suppose you're right. Curiosity. Oh, it's... You do not have to. I'm sorry if that was too intrusive. She was sick, you see. For a very long time. She was in the hospital for a while. We always thought that she was going to get better. It always seemed that way, at least. In the end, well, Things didn't go as we thought they would. I see. I'm very sorry that happened. It's alright. We tried our best. Do you think she's scared? She's all alone now. Where's she going to go? And who will tell her how to get there? The way she is right now. Is she happy? Even if she's not.
Well, she's not alone. There's plenty of ghosts around.
How can you say she's alone when everyone is here beside her? I know she can't really say much about it, but I'm sure she's happy to have all her friends and family by her side. All the people here? She meant a lot to them, didn't she? That's why they're all here to keep her company.
I actually don't really know, because it always just depends. I haven't really been to any funerals at all. I hear about them, but I don't really know how long, but yeah. Well, I do fear the day I do have to attend one day.
That's why they're all here to keep her company. I know lots of people like to think you're alone when you die, but I think it's hard to consider all this being alone, you know? She's not alone when we're all here. Yes, I suppose that's true. We're all together here, aren't we? Then, I suppose I'm glad she isn't alone. Yeah, me too. I'm sorry if I upset you by talking about her so much, miss. It is a funeral after all. I should behave more respectfully. No, it's quite alright. Talking about it has actually helped a little bit. I feel a bit better hearing your thoughts. Is that so? I'm glad then.
Ooh. Yes, thank you.
Why, I'm so sorry. I didn't even catch your name. It's alright. My name is Mary. Mary. Hold on a moment. Do you mean to say you're Cemetery Mary? I see my reputation precedes me. Yes, that's me. I see. Thank you, Mary. If Spella was here, I'm sure she'd want to thank you too. She is here, but hearing it from you means enough already. Thank you as well.
I mean, yeah, she is there.
It was a lovely funeral. The coffin was lowered and soon enough the rain stopped. I watched everyone say their goodbyes to her and to each other, and steadily they left. Soon it was just me and the lady. I'd have felt bad if I overstayed my welcome. I didn't want to outlast her at her own daughter's funeral, so I quietly said my goodbyes and left. But to my surprise, someone was waiting for me on the sidewalk. Whoa! Twyla! Twyla? What are you doing here? I saw you from behind the fence. You were at a funeral. Did another person die already? No. Well, yes, but not someone I know. Okay then. Anyways, I'm glad I ran into you here. I was actually thinking of calling you, but you're already here, so... Oh, why? Do you need something? Yeah, there was something I wanted to check out. But you might be able to help me with it. Oh, sure, I'll help. Is this still about the... you know...
Ooh, my route has now begun. Ooh.
The butcher and stuff? Of course it is. What else would it be about? Ah, right. Sorry, that was silly of me to ask. I'm not sure how much help I can be, but I'll try. It's fine. You don't need to do much. You just need to stand there and ask for something. That won't be a problem for you, will it? I don't see how it would be. Seems easy enough to me.
Think this is Twyla's route. So where are we going? Oh, wait. Bump. Follow me. It's only a few blocks down from here. I followed Twyla down the sidewalk. We didn't really talk as we walked. Nice rhymes. But I enjoyed her company nonetheless. The sky remained cloudy, and the sidewalk was full of puddles we tried to avoid. Until eventually when we ended up where Twyla planned to be today. Missing poster. Be saved. I think that's a music note. It was a bookstore. One I sometimes passed by, but never really bothered to look inside. It didn't seem as cozy or as comfortable as the library. The library. A bookstore? Twyla, if you need books, why don't we just go to the library? It's much bigger, and you wouldn't... Hey, can you, shut up? Huh? What did I tell you earlier? Oh, right. You just need me to stand there and ask for something, right? That's it. Besides, we're not here for books. We're not? No. But you didn't need to worry about why we're here. I just need you to do this for me. Ooh. On your brother games. What are we doing again? Let's just say I'm not allowed in this bookstore anymore. I mean, I'm planning on fixing that problem eventually. I love mean characters. So she's definitely the type of character I like. I can't wait to know more about her. I mean, I'm planning on fixing that problem eventually. But I need to do this now. That's where you come in. You're gonna go in there and talk to the man at the desk. I need you to get him to look in the back somehow. Then, once he does, signal back to me out here. I'll get what I need and then get out. Got it? You're going to steal from them? Twyla, I don't know. I don't feel right about this. Mary, it's for the investigation. Do you think I'd steal just for the fun of it? Or do you just want people to keep dying left and right? I mean, no, of course not, but... Well, sometimes you'll have to do bad things to be the good guy. But we're talking about people's lives here. Do you really want to risk someone's life because you don't want to lie for a few minutes? These are hard choices. That's a bit extreme, isn't it? Would it really have that much of an impact? I guess you have a point. Let's steal. I mean, if it's really helping in an investigation, then okay, fine. I'll do it. There you go. Now get in there and distract him. Alright. Let's steal. I stepped into the store at Twyla's command. I stepped into the store at Twyla's command. I already felt guilty before it even happened. But if this was somehow helping someone, then it was worth doing, right? As I entered, I noticed a man behind the desk. Whoa! That's a nice look. And a hook. Nice look and hook. He was old and pretty scruffy. I was surprised he was even able to see out of all that... see out of all the hair that covered his eyes. He seemed pretty big. And on top of it all, he had a hook for a hand. He certainly gave quite the first impression without even having said anything. Yeah. He didn't turn to me when I entered. Could he even see me, actually? Is this who Twyla was worried about getting past? I stepped up to the counter. Sir?
What do you want?
Oh, how are you?
Pardon me?
How are you today?
I'm fine. Is that all you came to ask?
I mean, no, but actually, kinda. I don't know. Are you having a good day today?
I suppose.
Oh, that's good then.
Is there something I can help you with, ma'am?
Oh, right. Bu- 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 Do you sell anything other than books here?
How do you mean?
Well, like, I don't know, sometimes bookstores sell other things too, like DVDs or board games or art kits or stuff.
Do you want one of those things?
I mean, I don't know. Do you have them?
I can check in the back for you if you'd like.
Oh, please do. Isn't that what we've got to do? Get them in the back. I all of a sudden forgot everything. Oh, that would be so kind. Thank you.
No problemo.
After he left into the back room, I signaled to Twyla that she could sneak in. Except Twyla didn't tell me what the signal is, so I just kind of flailed my arms and hands a bit until she noticed me. I felt really bad about it, going behind a man's back like that. But if doing this meant catching someone dangerous, then... Twyla was in and out quicker than I expected, as if she knew exactly where she was looking. I could have followed her. I mean, I would have followed her, but I was waiting for that man to come back. I wonder if she still needed me, or if she went on her own way after leaving. But before I could think about it too much, he came back. He said he didn't have anything like what I was looking for, but he did give me something. What'd you get? How to talk to ghosts. Ooh, cool. He said it looked like something I'd like. He even gave it to me free of charge. Nice. Twilight. Sparkle and the princesses shut up. Yep. Was just taking up space, he said. Probably cost less than 30 cents to make, he said. Less than 30 cents?
To make?
Probably wouldn't be that stable of a book then. I wished him a good day and then I was on my way. Yay. To my surprise, Twyla was still waiting for me once I got out of the bookstore. Oh, Twyla, you're still here? Yeah, I'm still here. What fucking took you so long? Oh, well, he gave me a book and I... Hey, wait. Can I ask you what you took from him now? Doesn't matter. I mean, well, kinda. He was really nice to me. And it's not as if you told me much about why we did it. Fair enough. Fine, I'll show you. But only if you get into my car with me. Huh? Well, since you're supposed to be helping me and all. I wanted to bring you to my house for an interrogation, if you will. Interrogation? The main reason I asked you to help is because your family members were involved in a mysterious death. So I wanted to ask you some questions about them and take down some notes. But not here. I don't even like talking about this out loud. So I'll call up a car to come pick us up. You're fine coming with me, right? Oh, I mean, sure. I don't really have any other plans. Yeah, I figured. Twilight called up a car to come pick us up. Is this one of those taxi service things? No, I'm just really rich. Whoa, rich girl? Oh, all right. Shortly enough, a car rolled by to come pick us up. The driver came out and held the door open for Twyla and I. She crawled into the back seat and I followed suit. Buckling into the car seat, it felt incredibly strange. Croven's family always had a bit of money themselves, but never like this. Anyways, you want to see what I took, right? Yes, please. Twyla reached around and presented me with a wooden box. It wasn't until she opened it that I felt alarmed. A knife? What you got there? A knife? You stole a knife from him? How did you even know he had this? That's not important, she said, closing the box and putting it back down. That's a nice knife. Is this really connected to why he doesn't let you into his store anymore? No, but again, that's not important. Do you think he was using that to, Well, I can't say for sure, but it's anyone's guess. And don't you feel safer that he doesn't have it on him? I don't know. I mean, it's a pretty cool knife. I still don't like that we stole from him. Listen, we did the right thing. Trust me. I'll give it back to him after all this is proven. He's proven innocent, okay? Nice. What if he noticed it's gone and thinks I took it? Well, then probably a good idea you don't go back there. We sat in silence the rest of the car ride. When I looked at Twyla, it was like she was staring off, very intently, at nothing at all. She looked like she was going over different ideas in her head. Deep in thought. I didn't want to disrupt her process or anything. Rich and still stealing? Whoa. Twyla had just told me she was rich. So rich that she had a chauffeur to drive her wherever she needed to be. But despite that, I wonder how she got banned from the bookstore. I didn't expect her to be this rich. He had to pass through a gate even to get in. She even had a fountain in the front. Oh, now that's fancy. Fountains. Fountains. Woof. Oh my goodness, Twyla. You really live like this? Yeah. I told you I was rich, didn't I? We got out of the car together, and the chauffeur drove off slowly. As soon as I exited, my nose was bombarded with the smell of freshly cut grass and fragrant flowers that adorned the place in front of the house. Even though it had been raining today, nothing smelled like the dampness of rain or even seemed overly affected by it. It felt like I had just stepped onto an entirely new planet. By the way, I live with my uncle. I'm pretty sure he's home right now. You might have to say hi to him. Oh, that's fine. I'm just warning you because he can be kinda sleazy. Oh? Hardly has a good attitude and often flirts with girls he doesn't know. Oof. I see. Yeah. But now that I think about it, it's... That's so mean! That's so fun. It's usually only for the pretty girls, so you should be fine.
You just gotta love the mean girls.
I see. We walked up the tall staircase in front, and Twyla unlocked the double doors.
Whoa!
As soon as we got inside, it appeared as if her uncle was leaving.
Oh man. Twyla, home already.
Yeah, I needed to bring someone over for some business.
I see. Well, I was just about to head out myself. But it'd be rude of me not to introduce myself, of course. I'm Denzin. And what would your name be, little lady?
Well, yeah, she said to introduce herself, so it's polite. Well, my name is Mary. It's nice to meet you, sir.
A pleasure to meet you as well. Anyways, I ought to take my leave now. I'll be running late if I stay any longer. Oh ho ho! I'll leave you little ladies to your business. And perhaps I'll see you again soon.
Oh ho ho. Nyo ho ho. And after that, he was gone. Your uncle looks like a cartoon supervillain. Yeah, I know. He looks idiotic. It's embarrassing being related to him.
Well, I don't know if I'd go that far.
Come on, I didn't bring you here to talk about my uncle. Let's go. Let's go. Twyla led me through her house. It was pretty big on the inside and very nicely decorated. To think that she lived here felt wild. I didn't get to have too good of a look at her home, though. Twyla led me into a room that looked like a den, almost. Or maybe some kind of storage room? Compared to the rest of the house, it seemed a bit messy, as if the room itself belonged to a completely different house. There were instruments near the wall and small tables with playing cards sprawled across them. There were lots of cabinets and drawers, but I had no idea what they might be holding. It was strange, but somewhat cozy as well. Like some sort of tucked away activity room. Twyla led me to one of the tables and told me to take a seat while she readied herself. I sat and waited for her to be ready as she pulled out a laptop, as well as a notepad and some other things. She sat across from me and opened her laptop, but once she had everything prepared, the entire aura of the room felt different. It felt compressed, full of pressure.
What a look.
Like this really was some sort of interrogation. Like I was somehow in trouble. I'm going to ask you a few questions, Mary. I want to know about your aunt and uncle that died.
Says aunt one time, then says aunt the rest of the times. Ooh.
Be honest and tell all the details. Okay? What should I do? I said I wanted to help Twyla, but do I really want to tell her the truth of everything that's happened? I know she's doing it for a good cause, but she is still a stranger to me. I hardly know anything about her. But if I lie, will she be able to tell? Would it ruin the investigation? If I lie about what really happened? Am I offering the butcher another chance to get away? Would I share blame if someone dies because I didn't tell the truth?
A loaded question.
Ask away whenever you're ready. Alright then. To start, how old were you? How old were your aunt and uncle? Oops.
Age isn't a bad thing to lie about. I mean, is it?
Be honest. Well, I don't always remember their exact ages.
I worded my entire thought process wrong. Age isn't anything that needs to be hidden.
Well, though I don't think they were the same age. And it was kind of obvious, too. My uncle was kind of old, and it was beginning to show on his face. But my aunt still looked pretty good for her age. Sometimes she even looked younger than my mom, if I'm honest. But don't tell my mom I said that.
I mean, how's she gonna?
Right, next question, I guess. Right. So, have you ever given reason to suspect they may be dying soon? Huh? How do you mean? Well, before they died, were you ever worried that they would die soon?
Well, I'm curious. Were you?
No, I never would have thought that. They were both so healthy and full of life. They just, I don't know. It felt like the kind of people I would know forever. I see. Of course that brings me to ask, how did they die? They went out together one night. I don't know exactly where or why, but I just thought it was some sort of date night. They were supposed to meet up with a friend or two. But we got a call, and they were just gone. Gone? Well, like, dead, you know? But how did they die? I don't know. I wasn't allowed to see them. And no one spoke much about it in front of me, so I don't know much of the details either. It wasn't in the news or anything big. I don't think so. I don't know. All I know was that my uncle had blood on his clothes. Maybe some rips and tears. And no one is really sure how my aunt died either. I mean, I didn't think.
Either. Blah, blah, blah.
I see. Well, I think that's all I need. Twilight, tup 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 tup. Twyla typed up some final words before closing her laptop and getting up from her chair. That's it? We're done? Yes, that's all I need right now. Thank you for agreeing to come talk with me. I was a bit taken aback by how short it took. I traveled all the way to Twyla's house, just to talk for a short while. She didn't even ask me for their names or anything. I didn't even know what sort of information she really got out of it. I doubted I was being overly helpful. So what do we do now? Well, I'll be continuing my own research, but you can go home for now. Really? That's all you needed me for? Mm-hmm. It's not quite what I was expecting to hear, but certainly helps me a lot. Really? Yes. It helps give me some more insight on some things that have been happening lately. But that's all I need from you. Right now, at least. As I said, you can go home now. You're sure? I mean, we came all this way, and I feel like I hardly did anything. You did more than enough, Mary. Please leave. I need to focus on the research I've been collecting. And the last thing I need is a headache. I understand. I'll text my driver to pick you up out front. Give me your address so I can send it to him, too.
Oh, that won't be necessary.
Hmm?
You can just, like, drop me off by the cemetery.
Why?
Just 'cause. I just, don't feel like going home right now.
Alright then.
Off to the cemetery we go. After saying goodbye, I went out front to the car that would drive me back to the cemetery. It was a bit of a quiet and awkward ride, but I arrived there safely, so I can't complain. It had gotten later than I thought, however. I didn't realize how fast the time flew by. There wasn't much else for me to do that day at this point. It wasn't long before I decided to just take the bus back home again. And nothing of note really did happen after that, except, well, you know. You're here? Hello? Yes, I'm here. Is there a problem? You mean, other than the ones you've caused me? I apologize. You say that, but nothing's changed. I'm doing all I can to keep you happy. You already know what would make me happy, though. And that is? I mean... Well, parents. We've gone over this, haven't we? I'm sorry, Mary, but you already know how I feel and what I'll share with you. I'm keeping up communication with you because it's what you wish. But I won't divulge any information about your parents or who I am. So please, if you must ask questions, I know I won't answer anything like this for you. Oh wait, no, I won't answer anything. You'll find out in time, so please be patient with me. Do you understand? Ah, dog.
You keep wanting to come in and out.
I should just not let you in, but then you won't stop barking. No, so you're a calming presence, puppy whoopee.
I understand.
Alright then.
Things were quiet for a bit after that. I wondered if they were done texting me. But to my surprise, I got a text a few moments later. I expected it to be them, but instead it was...
Twyla! Takes a big sip of water. Louder than I thought. I need to like frickin' get like a reusable water bottle so it doesn't like crinkle with every big sip.
Hi, are you awake right now?
Twyla?
What could she want so late?
Yes, I'm awake. Why do you ask?
You don't have any plans tomorrow, do you? Other than standing around the cemetery all day.
Well, when you put it like that... No, I'm not busy.
Oh, good. Then we can do this... sooner rather than later. I want you to head somewhere with me tomorrow.
Where?
You'll find out when we get there.
Can I know?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't want you refusing to come with.
You think I'd refuse to help you?
I don't know. You seem kind of sensitive, that's all. Trust me, it's not that bad. You don't even have to do a lot. Remember when you were a distraction for me earlier today?
Yeah?
Well, you're just going to be doing that again, but someplace different.
Oh.
See?
See what?
You're already chickening out.
I am not.
So you'll help me then. In case you forgot, this is for the sake of capturing a murderer, you know?
I didn't forget. I'll come with, just... as long as you don't steal anything this time.
I shouldn't need to. At least not anything important.
So there's a possibility of stealing.
I'll see you tomorrow then. And what's your address? I'll come. I'll come pick you up.
Oh, well. If I'm not knowing the location, then just pick me up at the cemetery.
Really? I'm planning to go pretty early.
Yes, I'll be there. I'm not really at home that often, so... Besides, it'll be easier for you to drive... It'll be easier for you to drive to, I'm sure.
Whatever floats your boat, I guess. Can you meet me by the cemetery at 7:30?
Oh, that early?
The early bird gets the worm after all. That's not a problem for you, is it?
Oh, no, it's fine. I'll be there.
Alright, good.
I guess I better go to bed then.
Oof, I couldn't wake up that early. I messed up my sleep schedule. Now I'm waking up at around 2:30 in the afternoon or 3:30. Frickin' once at 5. Ah! Frickin' need to learn how to fix it.
Twyla didn't respond after that message. Seeing how early I would have to get up the next day, I tucked myself into the covers and tried to rush myself to sleep. It wasn't easy, especially when I didn't know where Twyla would be taking me, but eventually I was able to fall asleep. It was still somewhat dark out when I woke up the next morning. I could hear Crovin snoring in his bed as I brushed my hair and got dressed for the day. Honestly, I wasn't even sure when the bus would be coming, as I never really took the bus that early before. But I caught one and was waiting by the cemetery gates when Twyla's car pulled up. Once again, she had a chauffeur taking us. I tried not to question it. After all, she's probably used to getting around like this. Once I was in the car with her and we were driving, I felt it appropriate to ask her again where we were going. And she answered, "A retirement home?
Yes,
This is supposed to help us catch the butcher?
that's what I'm hoping anyways.
If I might ask, why there?
Well, one reason a murderer is being suspected... one reason a murderer is being suspected is because of the spike in deaths lately. I know there's rumors going about...
Process the words first.
I know there's rumors people have been spreading about them being violent. But, after doing research on all the recent deaths we've had, I've noticed the majority of them were above 65 years old. People in that age group have been dying the most in this area. What?
Well, I mean, isn't that a bit expected? For elderly people to be dying?
Exactly.
Huh? I don't think I catch your drift.
Mary, if you were a serial killer, who, to avoid risk of getting caught, didn't want to be known at all, who would you kill?
I don't know.
You tried to kill someone who's already expected to die, of course. Even if an autopsy proves otherwise, most people would still assume they died of old age. Or a heart attack, or some sickness, or some other age-related issue. Maybe a few people would be suspicious, and even spread rumors about you. The majority would think there's nothing unusual about an old person dying.
I never thought of it like that. So we're going there to, like, look for clues? Evidence?
Something like that.
How can we be so certain about this? What if we don't find anything, or what if we get in trouble?
It'll be fine. It's not like this is the most high-security place in the world. I'm sure all the nurses will be too worried about the geezers to pay attention to whatever we'll be doing anyways. Especially with you distracting them.
Oh, right. I suppose I did say I would do that, didn't I?
You did. So don't let me down, okay?
I'll try not to. And I think that's where I'll stop for today. My throat is getting a little sore. But this was very fun, and I'm very excited to see where the story will take me. Very much enjoy the art style. Very much enjoy the characters a lot right now. Think if things go as planned, I most likely will stream again like Monday and Wednesday.
But yeah, very much enjoyed this. Like, very much like the main thing, like, oh, wrong screen. Main thing, like, really caught my attention was, like, very much the art style, because I really like how it looked. But yeah, I'm just gonna check something quick. No one I'm too familiar is streaming, so I won't do a raid tonight. But thank you all who showed up. I hope you had fun, and have a good day, good night, good afternoon, whatever, and adios.